Ladies and gentlemen, and all the people who are watching this live stream, welcome to the World Storyteller Cafe and to a special day because we have a guest from Breton, from France. He is one of the specialists in. He's a traveling storyteller, and I'm very happy to have him here today. Let's get ready and listen to the stories from Breton. Samuel Allo.
Hello. So, yes, I am on a very long journey sharing stories. I started this one in February. We are now in September. So I've been on the road for more than 7 months. And some months ago, I was here in Marrakesh. And now, on the way back from far away Mali and Guinea, I stop again in Marrakesh. And I will share, the first story I will share with you is the story that I'm bringing with me from Britain, Bretagne, Celtic part of France. So I will share first. This is a treasure that comes with me from Mali. Tamale and Goni is the name of this instrument. And we'll share Celtic and African vibe like this. Duon va emmener vers ce bergers Duon va emmener vers ce bergers Duon va emmener vers ce bergers Bergers va s'écarter grâce à son façon Abigawe, Abigawe, Agashilawe, Mabigawe, Ashilawe, Agashilawe, Brittany is the west of France. And Brittany is that place where the Atlantic meets the European continent. At the far, far end of Brittany, you can find rocks. And those rocks, they are facing the Atlantic. Granite rocks, where some birds, sometimes they come and on their feet, they can have some dirt, like ground and a few seeds. And those seeds, they just stay there. And with the water coming from the earth, the sky, they start to grow. And because of the wind, those plants, they grow dancing. What a good life. Growing up, dancing in the wind. Some are green, some are yellow, some are purple. All of them together, they dance. Well, that's where I was living a little family. On the side of the cliff, there was a little house. In that house was living a father, and he had his wife and a child. He was a fisherman. And you know the life of fishermen, it's not easy. They have to go away and they go searching for fish, fishing. And they come back sometimes. What a life for the father, not seeing the child growing, not seeing the one he loved, his wife. For the wife, it was so hard to have the father going away. For the child, waiting for the father to come for a few days and then going again. Well, there was a special time. That was when the father was preparing his bath just before going away. And the child was always there asking the father, "Dad, how many pair of socks will you take this time?" And the father would say, "Well, I have 5. You should take 6. You know that when it's wet, it doesn't dry on the boat." It's true. Maybe I'll take 6 this time. "Father, do you take your nice coat? You know, the one that protects you from the rain in the wind and the wind in the night?" "Yes, I have it with me." "Father, You know, you have a wool hat. You should take a second one. Grandmother, she likes knitting. Maybe she has done the second one and she will be happy you to have it. If one goes in the water, you will still have the second one, spare one. The father was happy listening to the question of the child. But that day, when the story happened, the father was preparing his bag. And he was alone. That was the first time. He said, oh, that's strange. So he was calling the child, but the child was not in the house. Father was looking around, and then he saw through the window that the child was facing the sea. So the father went out, and he just stood behind the child, and he asked, are you okay? And the child was sighing. No answer. Is there anything you want to tell me? And the child was still sighing. So the father waited. And when the child did the third side like this, then he turned around and he looked the father in the eyes and he said, Dad, how can I be sure you will come back? Father didn't answer. But he looked at this child in the eyes. After watching the sea, he said, there is no way for you to be sure that they will come back. But I will promise that I will do all that I can to come back to you. And I will have 2 stars to guide me to you. The child looked in the sky, because at that moment, star appeared because the night was coming. Dad, is it this one or that one? The father said, no. They are not the star I'm talking about. And suddenly, he just took from his pocket a knife. He had a knife. And he had an apple. And he kept the apple right in the middle. And then he said to the child, those one, they are the 2 stars that will guide me to you. And the child looked at the dad. Dad, how can those stars from the apple guide you to me? I don't believe you. Father said, okay, have a bite, take it. The child took the half apple and he had a good bite. Father waited until he finished his bite. And then the father said, so, wasn't it the best apple you had in your life? Child said, Dad, no, that's just an apple. It's not the best apple I had in my life. The father said, well, listen to me. I want you to have a second bite from that apple, but this time, take your tongue, stroke the skin, and you will feel she's very, very soft. Then smell the perfume of that apple. You know who made that apple, no? So the perfume of God, smell it. And then I want you to listen. Listen the noise of your teeth entering in the apple, and then the flesh being pressed by your teeth, and then the juice coming inside you. Can you do this? Can you do this? And the child looked at the dad and said, yes, Dad, I can do that. Child took the apple again, and then he stroked it and he smelled it and he closed his eyes and he did exactly what the father had said from each action he had described to him. When he finished, he opened his eyes and said, yes, You were right. This is the best apple I had in my life. Father said, that's the lesson of this star. This star is telling us that the only thing you can take from life is the taste of life. Sometimes the taste of life is very sweet, but sometimes it's very sharp and bitter, because this is life. Life is not always the same. So take one taste after the other, because there is nothing else you can take. Some of them you will like, some of them you won't like, but you will learn from each of them. And you will learn how to love all of them, because they are just what life will give you. So that's it. The only thing you will take from life is the taste of it. The child repeats in his mind, the only thing I can take from life is the taste of life. Then he looked at the second apple and said, Dad, can I have a bite from the second part and this star also? And the father said, this one is not for you. This one has to be given to someone. Child saw and took it and gave it to his dad. And the father said, well, I think you understood already the meaning of this second star. She is telling us that the only thing you can keep from life is what you are given. Child repeated in his mind. The only thing I can take from life is the taste of life. The only thing I can keep from life is what I have given. But how can I be sure that you will come back? The father said, well, if those two stars, they stay with you all your life, and their meaning stay with you, then I will always be with you. Tu vas ramener les sœurs vers Hélène, tu vas ramener les sœurs vers Hélène, tu vas ramener les sœurs vers Hélène, vers Hélène, y croit d'un bel à son azur, son graine. And that was a Breton story coming all the way by foot to marriage. And thank you. Hi. I'm happy listening to you.
Okay, so now let's go to India.
India.
All right, so do you love Indian story? Okay. I'm going to share with you an Indian story, and I hope you like the story. It's about four girls, right? And the story goes like, once upon a time, when the world was still young, there lived four girls and a king. And these four girls was living in their villages. One day, these four girls went to the under a tree, and they are like three small girls like this, and they are playing. And one of them said, "Do you know what is the sweetest thing in this world?" And the sweetest, the sweetest taste in this world. The first one said, "You know what it is? It's meat. Eating meat is the sweetest taste in this world." The second said, "No, it's not the meat. It's wine, drinking wine." The third said, "No, they're both wrong. The sweetest thing in this world, the tastiest, beautiful thing in this world is love." The fourth said, "I know you don't know nothing about life. I'm older than you, and I know that the sweetest thing in this world is telling lies." So the king heard about the story and said, what? Telling lies is the sweetest thing in this world? I cannot believe that. He went back to his palace and just summoned them, 4 of them. The following day, he would order his vizier, and he went to this place and he knocked the door very hardly. He opened the door. Yes, I am the vizier, and I need your girls right now. They bring him to this palace, and the king sat in his throne like this, and he said, "Okay, I was there yesterday when you talked about something. No, it's not about against you, your majesty. It's not about your highness." And he said, "Okay, I'm not saying that you are against me or not. I'm just saying to you, I want us to hear what you were talking about yesterday." The first one said, I said that the tastiest thing, the sweetest thing in this world, like the tastiest thing is the meat. The second one said, I was telling that no, and I was telling that it's wine. And the third one said, it's
your
love. And the fourth one said, making lies, telling lies. Okay, then the king divided them into three, like he said to them, okay, I would speak with the first one. The first one said to her, what do you mean about meat? Where are you from, by the way? And she said, I'm from Bhabra. It's a place in India. Bhabra, are you kidding me right now? Bhabra don't know what it is the taste of the meat, and you are coming to see that it is beautiful place in the world. Have you eat meat in your life? I didn't, I haven't. So how you say that? And she said to him, because we have a shop nearby our house, and people come there and they buy meat and they eat it. And even they don't taste anything for that meat, just have bones and bones they throw it to the dogs and dogs eat that bones, and they discover, they observe that the meat is the valuable in the world. So that I discovered that meat is the sweetest thing in this world. The second one said, I said, why? Where are you from? And she said, where she lives in a village nearby Habra. And she said to him, are you kidding me? What is your father's name? And she said, my father's name is like a name in India. And she is a priest. A priest! And he was very shocked. A priest and drinking wine? No, he's never drink wine. What I'm saying is that I have a shop nearby our house. And people go there and drink wine. Guess what happened? They came back every day and drink wine. Even though they are in a bad situation like this, that's all of it. Instead, you come back and come back all the days. The third one says love. She said to her, why? She said, I have eyes, I have ears, and I cannot explain that to you. Okay, I said, okay, don't explain it. I know what you mean. And the fourth one, he was very excited and saying, what are you talking about? Making lies or telling lies is the sweetest thing in this world. How could that be happened? She said to him, yes, and even you, your majesty, even you, your highness, you would make lies sometimes, or if you have done already. Me? And he was very furious, and he said to her, I have never told lies in my whole life, and I am the king, I am the truthful man in this world. And she said to him, no, if you don't believe me, you can give me some money and give me 6 months, and I will prove it to you. He gave her money, he gave her that 6 months. 6 months later, he would remember and he would summon her. And she came to the palace and said to her, it is time, 6 months is over. What is my money? And am I a liar? She said to him, no, I'm not a liar, love. Guess what happened? Come with me. I built a big house. It is like a mansion in a way. The big house, luxury house. And she went and he bring the king with him, with her, and the two viziers, two ministers. And she said to them, anyone who come inside this house, they would see the God. But in a case, if you are very plain in your hearts, You don't be like a jealous, you have like things in your heart. You need to be clean. Sit the king, you know. Okay, but if not, you want to consider as a bastard. And the king said, "What? Bastard?" Okay. Entered the vizier, the first vizier entered the palace of this beautiful mansion, and he looked over the chambers and beautiful design, beautiful place, and he looked into all over the place, and he never see God. And he was about to lie, and he said to himself, "I'm a bastard, no, I cannot tell lies, no." But he preferred to live lies than being a bastard. And he tell lies, and he said to her, "I see God. Have you?" "Yes, I did." Okay, the second Nazir came and he entered the palace, the beautiful mansion, and he looked over the place and he got outside and said, "Me too, I see God inside." It is time now for the king to enter the palace or the mansion. He entered the palace, entered the mansion, he looked over the place, he saw from one chamber to another, he never saw anyone, any of God or a human being. And he was about to came outside and he was very, very scared. And he said to himself, "Now I'm a bastard. I cannot believe myself. I don't see God here." He went outside and guess what he did? Guess what he found himself to say? He said to him, to that girl, I've seen God inside. If you don't believe me, he talked to me and he said to me some words. He said to me that I need to be truthful in my job. And the girl said to him, "Are you sure you see God inside?" He said to her, "Yes, I did." But she said to him, "You are a liar, Your Majesty. Your Highness, you are a liar. Now you've dealt a liar." "Me?" And he said yes. She said yes to him because no one could see God physically. He's a spirit. Then at the end, she convinced him that it is a liar, and he was like he admired himself. He said, "Okay, stay till lies. That is the way it is." And at the end of the day, he he don't punish her, but in a way, he gave her money, and he waited for some years, and he married her, and she became her vizier. She became her right hand, and he would give her a lot of, he appreciate her in her job, and he lived with her happily ever after till the end of her time until time, and this is the end of the story. It's an Indian story, and it is like from a book. I read it from a book, Old Indian Stories. Yeah, and it is your turn to tell us another story from your repertoire.
Okay, we'll see. So this instrument comes from Mali. I was given that instrument um, after I told story in Bamako. And then after that, I decided to go back this way. That was the furthest point was Bamako. And on the way, I decided to go through Guinea-Conakry. And Guinea-Conakry, so it was in July, so no school. Normally I go in school, offer story, but there was no school. So in one town, I went to the town hall and I asked, is there a place I can offer stories? Because that's what I have to offer to this country, because people welcome me in their country. And they say, oh, you can maybe go to the vestibule. I say, what is the vestibule? This is the old wise men from the village. So I went there. They were like 6 old men. 2 were blind. And they are like white beard and very, very old. Only shaky people and one foot in the grave and one foot outside. And I explained to them with my rucksack that I'm a traveler and I'm telling stories. And they listened to me, and then one said something in their language I couldn't understand. The other said something, and then they said, and then one man translate. And they say, oh, you have to go to see the griot. The griot, they are the healers, and they heal through storytelling. I say, okay. So I went to see the griot, and they were there all together. Some sing songs and some tell story. And they say, what do you want? Well, I have some story to offer. So I told 3 stories, and after the griot offered me 1 song and 1 story, and I'm going to offer it to you. So I'm learning on this, but Nani mandugu de babile, nani mandugu sayale kachugu, nani mandugu dunya benita, benita go benita tumana, nitororo dunya nyelindo, lundo inatono soro, nani mandugu de babile, nani mandugu sayale kachugu, nani mandugu dunya benita, benita lo benita tumana, Nitororo dunya nyelindo, lundu inatono soro, benitalo de babi. Anani mandugu sayale kajugu, nani mandugu de babile, lundo na subanake. And this story is, this song is about souffrance in French. So souffrance, suffering. And they say suffering is nothing. We all suffer in life. You suffer one time, I suffer one time. Suffering is nothing, because that will pass. If suffering doesn't pass, death will come. So then suffering is over, because death comes. So enjoy your suffering, because after suffering, life will be better. So that's the song. And the story I heard, it is said that there was a man that had been away from his country for many years, 40 years. He had been somewhere else doing his life. One day he felt that he had to come back to his country. So he came back to his hometown, the village he was born. And then he saw his family and they were very happy to see him. And then he was wondering, he said, I want to see my old friends, the one I grew up with. Where is this man? You know, the one that was at school with me, every day we walked together to school. Oh, this one, he passed away. Oh. And you know, the other one that he graduated with me at the same time. Oh, this one is not there anymore. The little neighbor, I was playing with him after school. Oh, this one is gone. Then he thought of one that was his best friend, but he decided not to ask any news. He decided to go to the house and see if he was still there. So the following day, the man went to they call it concession, is where they are like all the house, and sometimes you have the grandparents, the parents, the uncle, everybody lives together. So he came there, and there was nobody. Then he saw there was just a little boy, and said, hello, I'm looking for Amadou. Amadou was my friend when I was a child. Do you know where Amadou is? Do you know him? And the little boy said, yes, he's my dad. Where is your dad? Oh, my dad. Ha. He went away. He's suing the sky. Suing the sky. What are you telling to me? Tell me the truth. Where is your dad? I told you. He's suing the sky. Where is your mom? What is your mom? And the boy say, my mom. Oh, she went because she wanted to separate the dead people and the living people. And the man said, where is your mom? I told you, she's separating the dead people and the living people. What kind of boy are you? Where are your brothers? Do you have any brothers? Oh, my brothers. Oh, they went to hell with the devil. The man said, okay. He went home and he asked his family, is Amadou alive? Yes, he's living there. Oh, I went there, but he was not there. I must be away. Okay, tomorrow I'll go again. The following day, he went again to see Amadou. And when he arrived, Amadou was there. And the two friends meet again, and he was explaining 40 years of living away. And Amadou was so happy to listen to his friend and tell him what happened. And then the friend said, you know, Amadou, yesterday I came. This boy, you know what he said to me? I asked him, where is your dad? And you know what he said? And Amadou said, well, I am his dad. You know what he said? He said that his dad was suing the sky. And Amadou looked at his friend and said, yes, he's right. I was suing the sky yesterday. You know, there were two families and they had a big disagreement. So they couldn't get along anymore. And I went to talk to one family, talk to the other family, and slowly I managed to put them together again. That's what I did yesterday. I sued the sky. Okay. Huh. And you know what he said? He said that his mom was separating the living people and the dead people. Huh. Amadou said, yes, I didn't know, but she did that yesterday. You know, there was a woman that was pregnant and she was going to give birth, but the baby was not going out. And everybody said that she will die and the baby will die. Well, my wife, she's a little bit midwife, and she went there and she helped. And after her help, the baby was born. The baby today, the baby is alive, and the woman is alive also. Nobody died, so she did her job. Okay. And what about your other kids? Do you have other? Oh yes, but I'm very sorry. Those ones they took a wrong way. They had bad influence. I cannot do anything. They have gone on the wrong way. So yes, they went to hell with the devil. Nanimandugu de Babile, Nanimandugu Sayale Kajugu, Nanimandugu Dunya Terenita Benita Lo Benita Tumana, Nitororo Dunya Nyelindo, Lundo Inatono Solo, Benita Lo de Babia, Nanimandugu Sayale Kajugu, Nanimandugu de Babile, Lundo Nasubanake. And this song is in Malinke. It's a language from Guinea, very close to Bambara from Mali. And yeah, I walk on the road and slowly learn the song to share it. Thank you.
Yes, I like the song. So let's go and continue. Actually, an African story.
Okay.
And let's call me an African story as well from Senegal, from Wolof. You know Wolof, language of Senegal. And continue the story, right? So, once upon a time, there lived a girl. This girl was wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous girl in this world. She was living in a place called like in Wolof, Senegal. And they were speaking Wolof. So this beautiful girl living in a village, in a small town, with his father, mother, sister, brothers, all the grandmother, grandfather, all the big family are there. And everything was perfect. She's playing with her siblings, she's playing with her friends all the time. She's having a great and fun time all the time. Till one day, an illness, a sickness hit the village, and all the people get sick, except this girl. Her name is Aneko. Aneko is very brave woman, very brave girl. She has two choices, and she have already heard about the stories about a thick forest that she is nearby. They have a nearby thick forest nearby the village, and she have already heard a lot of stories from the grandmothers and grandfathers that they left the masters, but also they have another village behind that thick forest. One day she woke up and she find all his mother and his father some place, and everybody was sick, and she has two choices: whether she stay there and get sick and get sick and maybe get sick there, or facing her destiny and her fear and go in that big forest and facing those monsters. That is what she did. She is a brave girl. She faced all these things that she had and prayed like she just faced those masters. The first day, the second day, the third day was 3 days and 3 nights in the forest. The fourth day she would listen and she would hear some voices, some kids laughing. And she said she heard a woman speaking a language. She don't know what is the language that they're speaking about, what they're speaking, or what is they speaking about. But when she is taking like this closer and closer to the place, she found a woman and she found a lot of children around her and they would speak in their language. She tells them stories. But she did something very special about these kids, about this woman. They all have long necks. You know, when she found this, she looked at her and she said, but all these people, all these kids are not like me. They have long necks, but I don't have long neck with me like they have. She went and she speaks to her and she said, hello, Nagadef. It means, how are you in Wolof? And she said, I don't speak your language. And she said, okay, but I'm from this village and I to know that there is a sickness. She worked on her in that village for a long time. And it is something beautiful that is done. That this girl that Aniko did all the time in the morning. She would sing for them. When she woke up, she would sing. She would sing for them to make them awake. One day, a man came to her and said, you need to go out of our village because you are very different from us. All of us, we have neck. We all have long necks, but you have a very small neck. And all the differences in the world would always make differences and always make war. And she complained about her and she said to her, you need to go out of our village. And she was very scared because that man is very hungry. And she went back again to the big forest for 3 days and 3 nights. She was alone, very hungry. One day, one of the villagers came and she said, where's Aniko? And everybody said, yes, we need Aniko because 3 days and 3 nights we don't hear Aniko, we don't hear it, we don't hear her voice, we don't hear her singing in the morning. And everybody was gathered in the place, and everybody would say, where is Aneko, where is Aneko? And one of them said, I heard Aneko yesterday, like 3 days ago, and 3 days ago, and she speak with that man, and he gave him a name, and that man said to Aneko to go outside of our village because problem will come because she is different from us. She don't have long neck as we are. Okay, so then all of them gathered and said, and singing and said, Aniko Nikawani. And that means, oh, Aniko come back, Aniko come back. And you would sing, Aneko Nisawani, Aneko Nisawani. And everybody would sing, singing, Aneko Nisawani. Aneko Nesawane, Aneko Nesawane, Aneko Nesawane. That means, oh, please, Aneko, come back. Please return. We need you here. Aneko, listen. Aneko is Nisawani, Aneko Nisawani. And she run and you would fall and run and stand up and run till you reach the place in the village and say, I am here, I come back. But there is a man here who said I'm different from you, but I'm not. I'm part of you. And she was very about to cry, and she was a little girl, and all the people that really say, no, we are not different. You are part of us. You are now our children, our child. And you will come to her in the place. their village. And guess what they did? They gave her, because in the village, in some villages, they would do some things, some you know, uh, makeup like this when their necks, and they make the neck very long, and she used that makeup like in her neck, and by time she had a long neck like them, and she would live there for a long time, and she get married, and she gets children, and she would live a beautiful life and a happy life, and she lived there till the end of her life, and she would have a beautiful life then, and she would live there till the end of her life, and this is the end of the story. This is the end of the story of Ali.
But what happened to her family?
No, because all of them are dead already.
It did.
Yes, because the
Sickness.
sickness, they had all the villages on the place, one place are sick, so
She had to leave.
she has to leave. So in the story, they don't mention if she took my mother, and what happened to them, but you need to make her reputation, and she made their happily ever after. Yes, this is my interpretation of the story. Because if you come back, she would maybe get sick. Was the strongest of the sickness hit all the villagers. So back in the time, there's no medication or something like this. So it's a bit hard to manage the situation. Yeah.
Well,
I have one story. And
I have a little one.
Okay.
So very short,
Okay.
but very deep, maybe. You don't need a long story to be deep. So I heard that story 3 days ago. Because I told one story, the apple story that I told just now. And after I finished that story, then one man said, "Oh, it does remind me of one story of Muhammad, the prophet." So Muhammad, he had a life, like he had a wife.
Yeah.
And one day Muhammad, he came back home with a sheep. And he had a sheep, and he said to his wife, "This is for you. You do what you want with that sheep." And Muhammad did. And the wife, she looked at the sheep, and she decided to kill the sheep. So she killed the sheep, and then she took part of the sheep and she gave to all the neighbors. A piece for them, a piece for others, and the skin for others, and the head for another one. And she gave just a little piece of meat, and she cooked it. And Muhammad came back, and he said, "Where is the sheep?" And she said, I've given all of it. The only thing that is left from the sheep is this little meal that we will have together." And Muhammad said, no. This is not what is left. What is left is all what you have given. So it was the same in the Breton story. The only thing you can keep from life is what you have given.
So this is not a story, it's hadith. Hadith, yes, it's a saying.
Very good.
Peace be upon him, because if you have the hadith,
Also, it's his life story.
it's a hadith. It's the hadith how we
So you
can
can
make it a story like this, yeah. Because the hadith is the thing that Muhammad said by himself to his wife, to his friends.
Yeah. It's not the Quran at all. It's the life of Muhammad. Yeah. Do you think I'm allowed to tell that story? Because I was told the story. If I am not Muslim.
Stories are allowed to tell a story. Don't want anyone want to be.
So I will have to tell you. This is a hadith. It's not a story.
No, but you make it a story more.
I met a man in Mauritania. He was a Sunni man, and he said, "Yes, it's important to share wisdom because you can learn from many kind of wisdom.
Yes.
From different culture, you have wisdom, and this is important to share it." So So the storyteller, maybe, as someone said, they are part of the important people in the world, not the politicians. It's not the rich people in the world. The people who carry the wisdom, they are the important people in the world. So,
Yeah, the last one. Okay.
no, you have the last one. Because I did three.
Okay, three, and it's my. Can I tell a Moroccan story like in Darija because we have
Yes, telling Darija.
Darija because we have audience in Moroccan audience. It would be great if you heard some Darija. All right. Bismillah, bismillah. Okay, so let me think about the story that I want to share with you because
Just one question. Do you want to invite one of the audience to be your translator? So you tell in Darija and the person will translate into English. No? People will understand.
yes, it's because the translation takes like more than 20 minutes. So it's
You choose.
there is no need for translation, I think. Just listen to the story.
Okay.
Just listen.
In Darija, we feel the Darija.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't mind to translate here.
Yeah, but he said that he doesn't want.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
It's okay.
That's it.
Just if you think about the story, like one that. Okay, then let's tell you the story. Like, a little bit. I will make it short because we don't have a lot of time.
No, we have time.
How many time minutes do we have?
Yeah, we have like 15 minutes.
15 minutes will be good.
Omar,
Yeah.
you could translate for yourself.
We have a better to ask people for translation for the energy.
Ah,
Come, we have a
Okay.
translator in the audience.
Okay, Kamal, yes.
So now I say goodbye. You sit.
bye. Thank you.
Although we have a translator with us, then I will go slowly with the story and we will translate into English.
All right. Okay, so
Okay, I will do the introduction.
okay, so now we are going to start share with you translation of the Omar story.
بسم الله بسم الله والصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله. فرج ذو بركة اللي كثر الحمد زيد ربي سبحانه يا العشق في النبي صلى الله عليه. يحكى الله أعلم وقد وأحكم وأعز وأرحم أنه كان فيما مضى وتقدم. هذه يا سادتي يا كرام هذه قصة عجيبة غريبة نحكي لكم بالتفصيل وبالترتيب. هذه القصة ديال واحد الأخوة 4 الأخوة وكلهم سميتهم محمد.
Okay, so hello ladies, hello gentlemen. So just let's start our story to like to say that we are thankful and praise to Allah to start this story.
كانوا يا سادتي هاد الأخوات عندهم الأب ديالهم وهذا الأب ديالهم بعد ما قرب يموت.
There were like some brothers, and I mean the time when their father going to pass away, something happened.
والاب ديالهم قال لهم كتب واحد الوصيه ليهم وقال لهم الا بغيتوا تفرقوا الوالد ديالكم عرفوا يا ولاداتي بانه محمد يورث محمد يورث محمد يورث ولكن محمد ما يورثش.
Alright. So last thing, their dad started with writing a letter to put like inherit letter. So what the father said is Muhammad is inherent. Muhammad is not inherent.
واه قال له الخوت ما يمكنش وانا سميتي محمد وخويا سميتو محمد والاخو سميتو محمد وحنا ب4 سميتنا محمد واحد فينا ما غاديش يورث. لا 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 ما هي الا سنه وسنتين قدموا الامانه امه ولا تكسب الله يرحم والدتي ومديرها.
One of them said that we are 4 of us and we have the mutual same name, so we need to the same name Muhammad. So who is going to be inherit? So they argued about and started until.
هما مشاو عند واحد الصالح من الصلاحة قال لهم يا سادتي يا كرام وليداتي يوضح داك الشيء اللي سمعت انا من القصة عرفوا ان فيكم شغل.
All right, so after their father passed away, and they decided to go to a wise man in the village to ask him about this issue. And the wise man said that one of you is a bad man or a stupid man or a bastard. Yeah.
وهاد أربعة الأخوات قال لهم واه هي أنا ويا خويا يا خويا الآخر يا خويا الآخر هما كانوا عندهم الفلوس بزاف. واحد النهار من أيام الله شدوا الطريق بعد ما رصوا التجارة ديالهم تمكنوا منها شدوا الطريق ومشاو الطريق ديال الصحراء.
Okay, after this argument, they decided each one to go to start his work because they were rich, but tried to come back to find a solution for this issue.
غير هما مشاو مع الطريق هما كانوا تعرفوا مع تاع الطريق والطريق ديال الصحراء قال لهم شي حاجة جاية هايمة وتتجري جاية هايمة وتتجري والعجلة نايضة. هو جا عندهم واحد السيد الحرام وسادتي يا كرام إلا ما واحد الجمل ديالي إلا ما شفتوه وريوه ليا وقولوا راه هو اللي كان كسب.
Okay, they were traveling, and the travel road was too long, and suddenly they looked they found a like nomad was seeking for his camel, okay, or horse. Camel.
ويقول لي واحد من الخوت بغيت نسولك واش الجمل ديالك كيعرج قال لي هي هو هذاك ليه الثاني واش الجمل ديالك كيفرم فيه شي طاح عليه شي سنه هو هذاك كيفرح مسكين قال لي الثالث واش الجمل ديالك عنده السمن وعسل في حملو هو هذاك ويفرح قال لي والله ما شفناه كيفاش والله ما شفتوه انت ما وصفتوه ليا انه اعرج وافران وحملو السمن وعسل ولا زبده وعسل.
Okay, so they asked the nomad about the shape of his camel. One of them that asked him, "Is your camel like a lion?" Another one asked him, "Is it like a lion?" Okay, it's like hasn't a tooth. Okay, so okay, another one asked him, "Is your camel like carried like between honey and butter?" Okay, so these were some questions of the brothers to the nomad.
هو يقول لهم والله ما قلتوا لي كندوكم عند الملك الابيض. هو يقول لي عنده حنا غاديين انا اصلا كنقربوا على الملك الابيض يلاه معنا.
The nomad said to them, "If you don't say me where I can find my camel, then I will take you to the white keeper, yeah. The white king, yeah. I will take you to the white king."
وما يمشي عند الملك الابيض دقوا عليه حلوا البيبان ايوا قال لهم الملك الابيض قال لهم انتوما بعدا هاد الحاله ديالكم اللي كيشافهم من بعيد هو بان لي هاد الحاله ديال هاد الناس ماشي ديال الشفاره. ويقول هذاك السيد ذاك المخازني قال لي سير عطي هذاك السيد من المال ما يكفيه وعطيه جمل صحيح وخرجوا لي من القصر ضيف هذوك الناس.
So he took them to the white king's palace or place. Then the doors were opened. Okay. Then the White King hosted the brothers and said to the man, the nomad, what is that? Okay. So then, when White King heard about this story, he decided to reward the nomad by giving him some of money. Only and a comment, and this all this just to make, yeah, okay, to get rid of him. Yes.
إوا استضفهم ذاك الملك وعطاهم الماكله ما يكفي حتى يكفي يديه وجلسوا دوك الخوت شفتهم واحد السيده قال لها باي عندك يسمعوك يحي ودنيك وجمع لي الخبر اش كيقولوا هذوك الناس.
Meanwhile, the king tried to follow all the brothers by putting like an informer. He was a woman that only to bring the brothers information.
ملي سمعت ديك السيده عطاتهم الماكله والشراب دارت بحال خرجت ضربت الباب وهي تضربهم ورا الباب هي تحل مزينه قال لهم الاخ الاولاني عرفوا يا سادتي يا كرام اخوتي هذا الخبز يقطع الخبز هذا الخبز يقطع راه السيده اللي عجناتو على هذا المحل ثاني ضرب شويه من المشويات قال لهم هذا المشوي هذا الخروف راه ضع من كلمه حشو والثالث قال لهم خوان المشروبات وشربوا قال لهم هذا يا سادتي يا كرام هذه المشروبات يعني باش تصير مفروضه هو الاخر قال لهم عرفتوا نجيكم من الاخر راس راه وضع.
Okay, so the woman the woman put like food, then she hidden next to the door to hear on what the brothers we sing. Then after a moment they started talking about food. It's like it was like meat and like chicken and a lot of things. So one of the brothers eats a bit of bread, and he said that this bread is from that is the okay. The woman who made it, I think she's in her period. Yeah. The second. Okay, so the second mentioned that like the barbecue or the grilled stuffs, chicken in the meat, and it's like the what I can say, the hen or it is drunk from like a research of that. Yeah, the third brother. Okay, is he started sipping and drinking drinks, so soft drinks, etc. Then he
Maybe Omar, you should translate yourself because
okay, maybe this kind of soft drinks or water is made from like what is it called, symmetry. Yeah, symmetry. The fourth one said that the White King is a bad king and a bad person. Is a bastard. Yeah, is one of the villains of the village.
يسمع ديك الشيء ذاك الخبر أولي الملك ولا حرام يا حلات الباب ربط عند السلطان قال لي العرس سيدي أمن عليا ونقول لك.
Then, when the woman heard about what the brothers talked, she hurriedly ran into the sultans. Then the sultan, not just that the lady is running and having something to say.
تقول لي يقول لها لا لا اشنو وقع؟ الأمان عليك قول لي اشنو وقع وشنو سمعتي؟ قلت نعم سيدي نعم سيدي لا من عليا ونقول لك اشنو اللي وقع. راه الهضر الاولاني قال لك راه ها اللي كاين والهضر الثاني قال لك ها اللي كاين والثالث ها اللي كاين والرابع قال لك نعم سيدي انت راه قال لك نعم اش قال؟ اقول لهم تقاو ندهي نعم سيدي قال لك انت راه هو ضحى انا هو ضحى واستغفرهم وتهلت فيهم وحيدتهم من ذاك الظلم اللي غادي كان يظلمهم. استعرف كثار ماشي من هذا الشيء.
Yeah. Then the White King said to her, say what you have, just say it. She said to him, please make my life saved, and I'm going to share with you all my ears heard. And then she said to him, the first one said, etc. The second, the third, and the fourth is the most important because he like said that you are Majesty, the King. You are one of the valiants, the best, the best. Yeah. Then
ويقول لي الملك لا منين ندير شي حاجه بحال هذه المساله ويقول لي عرفتي الا من عليك سير الله يعاون.
okay, so after the king listening to everything, he decided to get his revenge, of course.
نغد ليه الصباح بكري قال لي مشى عندهم هو اللي نحكوا في الليل باش نستقبلهم في القصر وقال لهم اجيو نتوما جيتو تتقلبوا على الحل ديالكم الحل ديالي عندكم.
At night, the White King he escorted the brothers' room, and okay, so if you are looking for the solution of your story, I am only the one who has this secret of this solution.
اش تقريبا دار معاهم استقبلهم وقال لي انت البارح قلتي شي كلام اشنو قلتي؟ انا مسجاني وقلت اشنو قلت اشنو قلت الخبز وقلت لي انا السير عليها اي انت اشنو قلتي؟ قلت له نعم سيدي اشنو قلت؟ قلت انا شنو قال؟ وصل الرابع وقال لي نعم سيدي يكذب على الله حرام انا قلت لك ترى هو ضحك ويغضب الملك ويغضب الملك واحد غضب شديد وعليه من ماجد قال لهم دابا عرفتوا شكون فيكم غادي يورث؟ قال لهم محمد يورث محمد يورث ويشوف هذاك اللي قال لهم انت وضح يعني انت راه وضح ما تقولش احنا نضيعوا بعضياتهم قال لي والله حرام كيعرفوا بعضياتهم.
Yes, the White King had a tricky way, and he said, "Who said that this breed is me? Who said this water is like sweet and something like that? And who said until the fourth one, because the fourth one was saying bad things about the king, and he told him, why did you say this?" He replayed the fourth one because this is the reality or the fact. Everyone here ever heard that he only mentioned bad stuff, bad things, or you, Majesty. So now the White King started to say that now I find the solution. I find the solution for your issue. So you said that this breed you are the inherit. The second one you are the inherit. The third one you are the inherit. But he informed them that the fourth one is a bad person and someone who says something bad about the majesty of the king is one of the bad people. So you are not in him. Yes.
هو هذا الامر هذا كيجيبوا الجواب ديال الاسئله ديالهم ومشاو ثلاثه اخوات سموا الوالد ديال الوالد ديالهم عاشوا في امن واستمنان وهذا الاخ ديال مشى حالته وجدات الدنيا من حيط لحيط ومن زنقه لزنقه مشى دبر على راسو فات اخر هذوك الخوت عاشوا في امن واستمنان حتى اتاهم الدين ولداتهم في الجامعات والحكايه تاع السلام عليكم.
This is the last part of Omar's story is about the moral and the wisdom. So what happened later is just the three brothers live together in peace and in a wealthy life, a rich life with all the perhaps dear brothers. And then the rich one, I mean the fourth brother, was passing bad ways, bad things, and the story was going on and is going on from one research to another research. And the moral of this story, from my vision, is that sometimes you find yourself in a bad situation, but try to do good, to be a good person. This is the end of the story as a translation.
Always come back to say goodbye.
Yes.
Okay.
See the word.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to Omar again to share this storytelling with the traveling storyteller.
Yeah.
And thank you for accepting the invitation to translate.
Pleasure is mine.
It's not always easy to translate.
And
Yeah,
yes,
but
there's some very words very need to like maybe Moroccan or sometimes understand words probably.
I didn't find difficulty to talk about what I found is like some words not useful, yes. So what I got from when we learning mention is just like the words we use every day. So we can reach easily. This story is amazing. I love it. And one of our local heritage, so it's amazing. So the story, the difficulty is you should say or approximate the meaning. Some examples, because even not the problem is the language of translation or anything. No, it's just about this is a darija or more open story. So maybe you will laugh at that, but it's not like us. Okay, this is the difference between, and this is kind of a typical story. It's the different story. To reach the
was when the translation did like game and rules. Like, there's a lot of super time to like a translation. A translator what they did, they transformed from one point to another point, like what you drops away. So that will get a lot of content, a lot of phrase, a lot of words, a lot of things, meaning that transformed. And Kamari did a great job. This is a result thing that we did. Translation and yes, so much for all the people watching this live stream, and thank you for coming. Now, thank you, Yassine and Samira, and everybody who was here, and thank you so much, Walid, for this live stream, and thank you, Lucy, for watching, and everybody who was watching this live stream, and yes, we thank very much Samuel Allo from Breton. It's a great storyteller, a traveler, and a storyteller. So,
thank you all of us, and thanks to the story to bring us together.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Thank you, guys. That was very entertaining. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, that was very entertaining. I loved it. And I liked your short story as well, Samuel. I was not able to hear that, and that was good.
Thank you so much for being here and listening to the stories. I hope you like the stories, you like the more of the stories, and I hope the voice is good.
But Lucy, you want me to tell a little bit more about my journey?
Yeah, if you could sit down and tell the audience what you've been doing, if that's okay. Sorry, it's like an impromptu thing, but I'm quite interested. Maybe the guys could give you a bit of space so you could tell the video.
So you want another video, not this one?
Well, you could do it now, or you could do it on a separate one if you prefer. If the guys will give you a bit of space.
We'll do a podcast and we'll do it. I'll do it tonight, and we'll talk about the journey specifically.
I guess I'm really interested in your journey as a storyteller, because you've been traveling for 7 months. Is that right?
Well, in fact, if I tell you the whole story, in 2002, I left France by foot with the project of sharing story, but that's 23 years ago.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it's a bit longer than 7 months.
So this is one of the different trips I did in my life. Yes.
Ah, yeah. Well, would you like to tell people on this video, or would you rather sort of have a chance to think about it and have a separate video to tell? I think other storytellers in particular, but other people would be interested in your storytelling journey.
I can tell a little bit, and then we'll do a podcast with Omar. But just on this video, well, I can explain that. It's like maybe a way of life of the storyteller that arrived from place to place with something to share, and but it's something that life built through the years. First, I was more like a traveling entertainer, teaching kids Breton dance, Breton songs, and Breton stories. And slowly, I got a repertoire with stories from different cultures, and I could find that if I arrived to any place in the world with story to share, I will have a place to stay, I will have food. So I became, like traveling storyteller of the past. That's what I experienced in my life. I always walk. I don't use money for traveling, so I walk and hitchhike, except when I have to cross the ocean. So I managed to go from sea to sea, Europe to Asia, and South Africa to Europe, and North America to South America, and Australia and New Zealand with hitchhiking on boats. So I crossed the 5 continents between 2002 and 2008. And after that, I decided to go deeper in my own roots, Celtic. So I learned Celtic language in Bretagne, in West France. And after that, I went to different projects. I go to refugee camps to offer storytelling in Greece and in north of France, in Calais. No, I was in the village in Mali and Guinea and Senegal. So I think from now on, I just want to share story with people who want to listen. I am more like passing on the story than doing a show. The idea is that people would understand the meaning of the story and maybe will be willing to share it. And I know that I'm witnessing a very special time in humanity, because oral tradition was very strong until maybe 1 or 2 generations ago. And now we are coming to the time of watching TikTok at night or Instagram and not telling the stories. So we are losing as humanity something so important for us. So it's just being there at this time of the humanity is a very fascinating moment, because you share story with people who might not share the story you share because they are not used anymore. And maybe it's 50 years ago, they would have taken your story and share it in their community. So it's very interesting.
If you happen to be passing through Marrakesh on your thumb or your feet in January 2027,
Yes.
which will be the next Marrakesh International Storytelling Festival, you would be, there'll be about 100 and should think about over 100 storytellers from North Africa and the rest of the world. If you should happen to be passing there, there will be a bed, there will be food, and you will be most welcome.
Yeah, I think it's good for me sometimes to meet other storytellers because we need to help each other, to just to feel that we are not alone with our job. We are all a big team. So actually, Fiona from Ireland, she told me about this year, but because I wanted to start my journey in February, so I couldn't come in Marrakesh this year. And but I'm thinking of maybe going back to Africa, and why not? Now that I know the beautiful work you are doing here with Omar and all your team, maybe being part of this big event would be an honor for me. So maybe we'll meet in 2027.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah, yes.
Make sure we have an email address for you that can find you somewhere, wherever you are in this big wide world.
Yes, thank you, and yes, of course, we will keep in touch with Omar, and of course, I will. Yeah, know that I have a road to get to Mali. Maybe in 2 years, I want to go back and tell more story in the same family. It's kind of, I don't have personal family like kids or wife, so the people that I have been connected with for the last 20 years. They became my family around the world. So I love coming back to where I have been and see what happened in those years.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah. That sounds really lovely. If it's okay with you, if we can share that bit of the video with the stories as well, I think that might be really, really lovely. And there are definitely people that John and Rona and other storytellers know who I'm sure that you would really click with, that they would love to hear your stories, and I think you would enjoy their stories too. So we'll work on you, try and persuade you to come in January 27.
Yesterday I had a meeting. It was very beautiful, very deep. 1 hour with Louis.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
No more about your own story. He told me something also.
Oh, really?
That was beautiful because he told me about the festival. He told me how you made all that happening, and yeah, it's that was a very deep connection with him. Also sharing about our connection with stories and
Yeah. And so now you have a family in Marrakesh as well.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for providing hospitality for the traveler. I will leave tomorrow because I will have 3 nights in the Riyadh, and I did today at Henna Cafe and here. And I think for me it's just good to have to recharge the battery of the body, and tomorrow to carry on my journey north.
Great. That's good. Yeah, and you made it so easy because at the Riyadhs we're never sure who's going to book in or not. So Samuel was willing to just sleep on one of the sofas at the storytelling cafe if we were full. So your flexibility made it really easy to be able to offer that.
So no pressure, and then for me it's like it's just the way it is always the way Allah wants these things to be. So anyway, I just welcome whatever comes. Yeah.
Brilliant. Even if it's a cold shower.
Yes, even if there is no shower, just a bucket and a cup, and that's perfect.
Yeah. That's great. Great. Oh, well, thank you. I've really enjoyed listening to your stories. I particularly like stories when there's a moral, or, you know, there's it's not really a moral, but a lesson that we can take away and learn, or as you say, share with other people. It feels very respectful to give people those messages within a story, rather than telling them, oh, you should do this or you should do that.
Well, I suppose that's the same connection we have with story. The wisdom is in the story, and the story just make it easy to share the wisdom and not judging anybody, just sharing the
Yes.
story.
Yeah, just welcoming our humanity, and with all our imperfections and frailties, as well as our strengths and potentials, to be kind to each other.
And also not expecting people to just embrace your story. You are lucky that they give you their attention. Some people would just enjoy the moment. Some people will just enjoy the love you are giving, even if they don't even understand the story. And some people will understand the story, and some other will understand it and share it after. And that's part of being together.
Yeah. And what I've noticed is that sometimes, you know, if you share a story, sometimes people go, oh no, I don't like that, or don't get that. But then if they hear a similar story, you know, several different stories with the same theme, eventually it's almost like drip, drip, drip. Eventually the message starts to make sense to them, and they start to think, oh, well, actually, maybe there's something in this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I'm waiting for one day to listen one of your story also.
Oh, I'm not a storyteller myself. I'm I'm a psychotherapist. You can see my stories on the World Storytelling website, because I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist. So there's a little group of stories there that are, I view them as healing stories. They're like little journeys that you can listen to, and you know, it appeals to some people, but for other people, it's not their thing. It's, you know.
No, but I know what you mean, because I don't know if you know about the Hungarian way of. They also do some.
No.
I was in Hungary, and they were telling me about. Well, you have the traditional storyteller that will tell Hungarian story in Hungarian language to Hungarian people. Then you have the international storyteller telling maybe, I don't know, Indian story to Moroccan people in English. And then you have the healers. And those one, their beliefs is that if you have a problem in life, or that person has a problem, or I have a problem in life, we are not the first one in humanity to have this problem. So if we go into the repertoire of storytelling, we might find one that would help people to, well, in French we say cheminer. It's like to go further, maybe with the help of the story. And I love that. And I always try to just welcome the story that has to be told at this moment. So it's not, I don't choose the story, the story choose to be told.
Yes.
And so I'm in this way, and I don't pretend to know what to tell to anybody, but I try to just to gather the more beautiful story, the story that maybe could help some people. Yeah.
Yes.
So I will look at the story you shared.
Yeah. Thank you. There's quite a few. I think there's 12 or something like that.
Okay.
But I did them a little while ago. I need to do another one that's kind of more reflective of what I would like to do now. I think they're from.
Do you write them or do you collect the story?
No, well, I just make them up. So I kind of make them up as I'm going along. And so that they're kind of open to interpretation. So I might say something like, I don't know what you can see ahead of you, but I know that whatever you can see is full of wisdom, or there is a leaf falling from the tree ahead of you, and I don't know what's written on that leaf, but you can hold it and see the message that's written there just for you. So it's that sort of open-ended thing, so that whatever people need, their subconscious mind can connect with that story, hopefully, and can find the message that the deep self really needs for healing. That's my intention, anyway.
This reminds me of a meeting I had. Well, someone told me on the way. I don't know, was it in Mauritania? Maybe there. They say, you know, where is happiness? And I say, well, I'm not sure. Happiness is in your soul. So make sure you are close to your soul, and you will be close to happiness.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a very simple way of speaking about what way you have to take in life, just the way of your soul.
Yeah. I think it's our birthright. I think we're born with this beauty, this little pearl deep inside us, and we can see it in babies and sometimes in little kids. But as we grow up, life happens, and it sometimes gets hidden, but it's always there, always. Or in my experience, even if somebody's in the deepest, darkest depression, or if they've done something really bad in their lives, it's still there. It's just waiting to be discovered by them. Yeah, and some people discover that, and some people die with their beautiful pearl hidden, and they never see it. That's my little philosophy.
So the quest we are on, and we go as far as we can on that quest.
Yeah. Well, you're going on a pretty interesting quest, I would say, during your last 22 years. That's amazing.
Yes, I would say that sometimes people say, where is home for you? And home is in the stories. So sharing the story is bringing people in my home.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. Well, you're very welcome to come to our home any time you would like.
Thank you. Which part of the world are you now?
So we're in the UK.
Okay.
So yeah, at the moment, interestingly, we don't really have a home because our house has been ruined by water. So we're kind of living in different little places. Yeah. But these places are I don't feel sorry for ourselves, because where we live is very, very beautiful. And John's been there. It's beautiful countryside, isn't it? It's lovely, sort of secluded.
And it's and there are several places on the grounds that work like home.
They're livable, yeah. Yeah, so we're lucky.
If one day you want to go to Brittany, it's not that far. You go to Roscoff. Then I can also, I wanted to be sure that I don't have to be on the road all my life. So there is a little place that I call home. And this place, it's a place people can use if I'm not there. But it's a place that I will go back to. So it's near, probably 60 kilometers from Roscoff.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, that's nice to have a stable place that you can view as
Garden,
physical.
apple trees that I will find when I come back in October.
Ah, very good. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Here the apples are already falling. They've been
That's
falling
what I heard
since
today
August.
from my family. They say the apples are falling. I say, oh, I want to make juice when I come back in October. So I will see if I can juice.
Yeah. Well, they last, don't they? If they're stored in cold, wrapped in newspaper.
Well, usually they stay even on the ground. It's better because they are in the grass.
Yeah. No, that's good. So Rona is thinking about coming out. I know, John, you're going out to Marrakesh very soon.
End of the month.
The end of the month. And Rona is going to be coming. Inshallah.
Yeah.
Rona.
Oh, you're muted, Rona. Yeah.
I don't know who is Rona.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be there. And it's my favourite place in the whole world. I'm in Italy at the moment, Samuel. So if you happen to be anywhere near there, you'd be very welcome to come here.
I can hear that you have an accent that comes from Celtic lands somewhere.
Well, I am Scottish. Yes, not English, Scottish. So I'm the other country up from where Lucy is now, which you will. I'm sure you've been there. Have you been to Scotland?
Well, in fact, I studied in Moray House in Edinburgh. I was a student for PE, physical education teacher.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
Yeah. So I did 6 months there, and then I collect story in the Hebrides, in Skye. I went a lot in Lewis and Lewis, sharing story with people.
Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, that's
Wow.
wonderful.
Yeah, I love your country. Even last autumn, before coming to Africa, I went there just to connect with the Celtic heritage, just to have a strong energy in me when I will go to this unknown world of Africa. So it was for me a pilgrimage to Ireland and Scotland before going to Africa.
Wonderful. Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, great. Well, hopefully you'll come back onto the World Storytelling Cafe Zoom another time, because John invites people to do stories and to have sessions, well, all around the year, don't you? So
Yeah,
if you,
all you got to do is look on the website, and if you want to do, we put on a different storyteller every Friday, ostensibly stories for children. But a lot of the children have got long white hair and long white beards. And then every 2 weeks we do a sort of open mic worldwide story round. And I'm just starting at the beginning of next month, first Saturday of the month, International Young Storytellers, which we used to do, and we had stories from we had kids coming on from Gaza, from Punjab, from Nigeria, and it almost became like an international children's club or young people's club online. And we're reviving that. I'm doing it on a Saturday morning now, so kids from the Middle East can join in. So this morning I was on a conference in Korea online with and that had people from all over the world on, and it was connecting the world by story, and that was for children. So I think that the children's stories, or the children sort of almost reviving or not losing story, is I'm kind of passionate about.
Maybe you could do a Celtic evening or something. There's a lot of Celtic people.
When I get back, and because I'm not, I don't have. Well, I know that it's not very difficult for me to learn about Zoom, but I haven't done a lot of this until now. I'm more on the road, and yeah.
Oh, it's very easy. It's very, very easy, isn't it? It's, even people of a certain age like me can work out how to do it. So it's like, it's not rocket science. You just press a button.
I mean, the great thing is you can do it from anywhere. I mean, I'm on the road. I'm on the road a lot, and so occasionally I have to. If I've got any signal, I'll pull over into a lay-by on the side of the road, and I'll just do it on the phone. And all it requires is a phone signal.
Yeah.
So
okay, I will look on the website and see. Yeah.
Well, there's bits and pieces to join in, just to throw one story in. That's every other Sunday.
Sorry, John. That was a burning question I had for you, Samuel. Do you have a mobile phone?
Do I have
a mobile phone? Telephone?
Well, it's interesting because I from 2002 to 2000. maybe just until 2 years ago, I traveled with no phone.
Wow.
But this time I have a phone, but I decided not to have the SIM card of the country. So the phone I use it like an email. That means that where there is Wi-Fi, I can use my phone. But if there is no Wi-Fi, I cannot use my phone.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, that's incredible.
So I don't use I use maps. I still use maps. Like I don't use GPS for moving.
Wow, that's amazing. You're the only other person I know, apart from my daughter, who doesn't use one of these what are they called? iPhones, or sort of smartphones is the word I'm looking for.
I don't say I don't use them, but I use them the way that suits me. That means that if I need to make a phone call, or I ask someone to make the phone call, and I give him I play the whistle, or I have a whistle with me. So it's very easy to give a song in exchange of a phone call.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, especially people who've got free plans. A lot of people have free plans, so any calls anywhere pretty much are free.
yeah, that's
I'm
what
reminded of
they prefer just say, no, you don't need to do anything, and I play a tune and they are happy. So
Yes. Yeah, it's a good
I'm
exchange.
reminded of traveling about 25, 30 years ago and trying to get hold of people, and then getting the currency of the country and going to a coin phone box and trying to get hold of the person you're trying to meet in that town in a country you don't know. It's I find it. I mean, it's not as exciting, but I find it much more convenient in my dotage to have a mobile phone.
Oh, gosh.
No, I don't say that it's not convenient. And even now, I'm using the new. I can I can have a map on my phone. Even if I don't have SIM card, I still can follow the map.
Yes.
Oh, so you have that,
So
yeah.
so it's interesting because I use the phone like the old maps, just following the maps on the phone, but without the GPS that will show you where to go without syncing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Without
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for
Thank you very much.
welcoming me. And I wish you all good for all your projects that I was in a cafe also, so I talked with Khadija, and it was
Great.
beautiful day with the kids also there.
Fantastic.
So kids were translating my story from English to Arabic, so it was so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Great.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah, so
Brilliant.
very nice.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity and spending your time with us. I know you've been really appreciated by everybody that you've come into contact with.
It's been
Okay, so maybe see you again, and maybe 27 January if
Be great. Would be
Yeah,
great. You'd be
inshallah.
incredibly welcome.
no, Samuel. Sorry, no. Maybe it's your destiny now. You will.
Well, I'm thinking there'll be a Celtic evening, Rona, with you and Samuel and maybe Fiona and who else?
Maria and
Maria, yes.
the half of Ireland comes
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, and Liz Weir.
Dougie,
Yeah.
yeah,
right. Okay, Samuel, you've
Samuel.
I merely invited you, but you've got your orders from Rona. I don't argue with Rona. So
Very wise.
I didn't get that sentence.
Pardon?
John, I didn't got the last sentence. You say you're ready?
I said I invited you very gently. Rona ordered you to come. And I do not argue with Rona.
Okay. Great.
Been lovely to meet you,
Right.
Samuel. Thank you.
Okay, I leave you with a
Likewise.
little Breton tune.
We don't hear.
It's not picking up, I'm afraid. The audio.
It's not picking up, Samuel. We can't hear.
You can't hear?
No.
So that means you have to play us a tune in 2027.
That's coming through now.
Ah, it's coming through now.
Okay, it was not because of the...
No, it stopped again. Oh, that's a shame.
Not here?
No,
No,
just a shame.
It's
but we can imagine it. We'll use our imaginations.
Okay, so that's good.
Hi, Ahmed.
Wonderful.
Hi, Ava.
Okay, see you.
All right. See
Okay.
you. See
Au
you.
revoir. Bye.
Bye bye.
All the best, yeah.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Safe on your
Bye.
travel.
Bye.
Bye, Rona. Bye, Omar.
Hi, Ahmed.
Bye, Ahmad.
Bye. See you at the end of the month. Bye. Where am I leaving?
Walid, ça va? Walid.